Good morning, students. Today we are starting new chapter of our unit Human Physiology, that is Chemical Coordination and Integration. So today I am introducing this chapter to you. This chemical coordination simply means that coordination, the working of organs in a sequential manner, that is done with the help of chemicals. These chemicals, or you can say chemical coordination, is made by the endocrine system of our body. So first we should know what is endocrine system of our body. So I am starting with the most important and the basic term that we need to understand to know about this complete chapter, and that is gland, or simply we can say glands. तो सबसे पहले हमें glands को समझना होगा. जब हम ग्लैंड्स को समझ लेते हैं तब हम देखते हैं कि केमिकल कोऑर्डिनेशन में ये ग्लैंड्स कैसे इन्वॉल्व होती हैं. सो ग्लैंड्स बेसिकली क्या हैं? दीज आर सेल्स. इट कैन बी सिंगल सेल दैट कैन बिहेव एज ए ग्लैंड, और देर आर ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स. एक सेल या एक से ज़्यादा ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स व्हेन दे आर इन्वॉल्व इन सिक्रीशन. जब वो सेल्स कोई ना कोई चीज़ सिक्रीट करती हैं, सिक्रीशन में इन्वॉल्व होती हैं, तो उन्हें हम क्या बोलते हैं? ग्लैंड्स बोलते हैं. सो दीज आर सिंगल सेल और ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स which are involved in secretion. उन सेल्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं? ग्लैंड्स बोलते हैं. नाउ जो हमारी बॉडी में ग्लैंड्स प्रेजेंट है उन्हें हम दो ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड करते हैं. ऑन व्हाट बेसिस? बेसिकली दे आर डिवाइडेड इनटू टू कैटेगरीज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ डक्ट दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन देम. So on the basis of ducts, the glands are divided into two categories. Exocrine, one are known as exocrine glands and second one are known as endocrine glands. So these are two type of glands that are present in our body. This categorization is on the basis of presence or absence of duct. Now how we can define exocrine glands? Simply these glands are having duct in them. And how we are going to understand this duct? Duct is simply a tail like structure that is acting as a passage. Let me show you. So exocrine glands are those glands which are having डक्ट्स. जिनके पास डक्ट्स होती हैं उनको हम एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड बोलते हैं. वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ सिंपल एग्जांपल. से आई एम टेकिंग एग्जांपल ऑफ अ सलाइवरी ग्लैंड. सलाइवरी ग्लैंड इज अ एग्जांपल ऑफ एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड. So if I draw a simple structure of salivary gland, then this is how a salivary gland is going to appear. And now what is duct here? This small passage which I have shown over here, this is a duct. और क्या importance है इस duct की? What this salivary gland is going to do? This salivary gland is going to secrete saliva. ये हम जानते हैं कि salivary gland saliva secrete करती है. Now अगर इसके पास duct present है तो saliva का secretion कहाँ से होगा? The secretion of saliva is going to take place with the help of this duct. That's why I am saying it as a passage. ये एक पाथवे है सिक्रीशन का जहाँ से ग्लैंड अपने सिक्रीशन को सिक्रीट करती है. सो फ्रॉम दिस डक्ट द सलाइवरी ग्लैंड इज गोइंग टू सिक्रीट सलाइवा इन आवर माउथ, एंड वी नो दैट सलाइवा इज गोइंग टू फंक्शन इन माउथ ओनली. सो थ्रू दिस डक्ट द एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स आर गोइंग टू सिक्रीट देयर सिक्रीशन एट द प्लेस वेयर दे आर गोइंग टू फंक्शन. दिस इज द थिंग विच वी नीड टू रिमेंबर. तो एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स अपने सिक्रीशन को वहीं पर सिक्रीट करती हैं जहां पर उसको फंक्शन करना होता है, दैट इज विद द हेल्प ऑफ डक्ट. सलाइवरी ग्लैंड सलाइवा सिक्रीट करती हैं. सलाइवा इज गोइंग टू फंक्शन इन द माउथ. सो डक्ट्स की हेल्प से ये सलाइवा कहाँ सिक्रीट हो रहा है? माउथ में सिक्रीट हो रहा है. अबाउट एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स, दीज ग्लैंड्स आर नॉट हैविंग duct, और वी कैन से दीज आर डक्टलेस ग्लैंड्स। ये वो ग्लैंड्स हैं जिनमें डक्ट नहीं होती है, इनके पास पैसेज नहीं है, पर्टिकुलर पाथ नहीं है सिक्रीशन के लिए। दैट्स वाई बिकॉज ऑफ द एब्सेंस ऑफ द डक्ट दे आर गोइंग टू सिक्रीट देयर सिक्रीशन। सिक्रीशन इन ब्लड स्ट्रीम। ये अपने सिक्रीशन को कहाँ सिक्रीट करती है? ब्लड स्ट्रीम में सिक्रीट करती है। नाउ दिस ब्लड इज एक्टिंग एज अ कैरियर। ब्लड क्या करेगा? इनके सिक्रीशन को ट्रांसपोर्ट करके लेके जाएगा लोकेशन पर जहाँ पर उसको फंक्शन करना है। सो वी आर हैविंग टू डिफरेंसेस ओवर हेयर। यहाँ पर डक्ट है, डक्ट प्रेजेंट नहीं है। ये अपने सिक्रीशन को वहीं पर सिक्रीट करते हैं जहाँ फंक्शन करना होता है। ये अपने सिक्रीशन को ब्लड स्ट्रीम में सिक्रीट करते हैं और ब्लड उसे टारगेट साइट तक ट्रांसपोर्ट करके लेके जाता है। दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्सोक्राइन एंड एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स। अब कौन सी ग्लैंड्स हमारी एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स हैं? मोस्ट ऑफ द ग्लैंड्स जो हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में फंक्शन करती हैं वो कौन सी ग्लैंड्स होती हैं? एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स होती हैं। लाइक गैस्ट्रिक ग्लैंड्स आर देयर, देन salivary glands are present, intestinal glands are present, they are exocrine glands. Endocrine glands कौन सी glands हैं? These are the glands like pituitary gland is there, pineal gland is there, then we are having thyroid gland. These are the examples of thyroid is there. Then we are having adrenal gland. So these glands are the example of endocrine glands and they are making our endocrine system. Now let's talk about what their secretion is having. दोनों ही सिक्रीशन में इन्वॉल्व हैं, लेकिन दोनों के सिक्रीशन में डिफरेंस क्या है? जो एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स हैं, these exocrine glands are mostly involved in the secretion of enzymes. क्या सिक्रीट करती हैं? एंजाइम सिक्रीट करती हैं जो हमारे फूड के डाइजेशन में मोस्टली फंक्शन करते हैं। जो एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स हैं, दीज एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स आर इन्वॉल्व्ड इन द सिक्रीशन ऑफ हॉर्मोन्स। एंड इन दिस चैप्टर वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट डिफरेंट एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स, डिफरेंट हॉर्मोन्स secreted by these endocrine glands, what function these hormones are performing, and because of increased or decreased level of these hormones what different type of disorders are occurring. This is all the thing that we are going to discuss in this chapter. So now let's talk about this term hormone. Today we are going to discuss what hormones are and what are the different characteristics of hormones. Here I need to add one more thing about endocrine glands. In endocrine glands there are some glands which are only functioning as endocrine glands, means which are only involved in the secretion of hormones. Such type of endocrine glands are known as holocrine glands. So these holocrine glands are only involved in the secretion of hormones, means only behaving as endocrine gland, no other function is done. For example, simple example is pituitary gland, that is always going to be involved in the secretion of hormones only, while there are some endocrine glands which are performing both the functions, means they are behaving as exocrine gland also as well as they are behaving as endocrine gland also. So they are having dual function. Such type of endocrine glands are known as heterocrine glands. So they are going to behave as exocrine as well as endocrine. This can be simply be understood with the help of example. The very simple example is, which we can understand, is pancreas. How this pancreas is behaving as a heterocrine gland? In our lower classes We have talked about pancreas when we talk about digestive system. जब हम डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम पढ़ते हैं तो हम पेनक्रियाज का डिस्कशन करते हैं, बिकॉज दिस पेनक्रियाज इज इन्वॉल्व इन द सिक्रीशन ऑफ पेनक्रिएटिक जूस, और पेनक्रिएटिक जूस फूड के डाइजेशन में इन्वॉल्व होता है. सो दिस इज द एक्सोक्राइन पार्ट ऑफ द पेनक्रियाज. अदर देन दिस एक्सोक्राइन पार्ट, दिस पेनक्रियाज इज ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्व इन द सिक्रीशन ऑफ हॉर्मोन्स. पेनक्रिएटिक जूस में कुछ एंजाइम्स प्रेजेंट हैं और ये डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में ही सिक्रीट होता है. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दैट इज द एक्सोक्राइन बिहेवियर. दिस इज ऑल्सो शोइंग एंडोक्राइन बिहेवियर, क्योंकि ये ब्लड स्ट्रीम में कुछ हॉर्मोन सिक्रीट करता है. हॉर्मोन्स लाइक इंसुलिन, ग्लूकागन, some many more hormones are also there, but these are the common hormones which we generally know. So pancreas is a heterocrine gland that is going to have a exocrine part in which enzymes are secreted and endocrine part in which hormones are secreted. This is one simple example. Another examples can be ovaries and testes. We are going to discuss these things in detail. So this is about endocrine glands. Now comes the secretion of, important secretion of these endocrine glands, that are hormones, and hormones are involved in chemical coordination. These hormones are non-nutritious, no nutritious value is there, these hormones, and they act as intercellular messenger. Means they convey a message from one cell to another cell, or we can say one part of the body to another part of the body, and they are secreted in very minute amount. So these are intercellular messengers secreted in very small amount by endocrine glands. Hormone was first discovered by two scientists, Bayliss and Starling, in 1903. So these two scientists were Bayliss, William M. Bayliss, and Starling in 1903. These were the two scientists who first discovered the hormone. Next, in 1905, Starling gave the term hormone and described some of the characteristics of hormone. So we are also going to discuss some of the important characteristics of hormones. First characteristic of hormone is, which we have talked about already, that these are secreted by endocrine glands in a living system, or if we are culturing the endocrine glands on a culture medium, then also these endocrine glands are responsible for the secretion of hormones. So simply these are intercellular messengers secreted by endocrine glands. This is the one characteristic of hormones. The second characteristic of hormones is that these are secreted by endocrine glands in blood stream, and blood stream is going to transport these hormones to the location or to the target site where they are going to function. ये ब्लड स्ट्रीम में सिक्रीट होते हैं और वहाँ से इनको कैरी करके लेके जाया जाता है टारगेट साइट पे, और यू कैन से वहाँ जहाँ उनको फंक्शन परफॉर्म करना होता है. सो दे आर secreted in blood stream and transported by blood to the target site. Target site is the place where these hormones are going to function. This is another characteristic of hormone. The third function of or characteristic of hormone is that they are always secreted in very low amount, and they are going to function in that particular low amount. So they are secreted in very low concentration. That is another characteristic of hormone. Or one more important characteristic of hormone are they are of low molecular weight. Molecular weight of hormones is very less, so low molecular weight. Now, these hormones, they are important for differentiation, cell growth, maintenance of metabolic activities, cell growth and differentiation. So, important for cell growth and differentiation. Next, sixth characteristic is of hormones is they are involved, or you can say they are used up in the metabolic pathway. जिस भी metabolic pathway में ये involved होते हैं, they get used up. So used up in the metabolic pathway. Another characteristic of hormones is they are having different chemical nature. Depending upon कि वो कौन से पार्ट से बने हैं, इनका केमिकल नेचर अलग होता है. कुछ हॉर्मोन्स अमाइनो एसिड से डिराइव्ड होते हैं, सम आर डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम पॉलीपेप्टाइड एंड पेप्टाइड्स, while some are derived from steroids. So क्योंकि इनका origin different है, so they are having different chemical nature. So different chemical nature is there. Because they may be derived from amino acid, so amino acid derivatives are there. Then they can be formed from polypeptides, or peptides, or steroids. So that's why they are chemically different from each other. Another characteristic of hormones is when there is increased or decreased secretion of hormones, means there is deviation from the normal level, then this is going to cause a disorder, or you can say a imbalance. When we talk about the decreased secretion of hormone, that means that is decreasing the activity of the hormone, that is known as hyposecretion. And when we are talking about the increased secretion, that means that is enhancing the activity of hormone, that is hypersecretion. तो हार्मोन के नॉर्मल लेवल से कम या ज़्यादा सिक्रीट होने की वजह से कुछ डिसऑर्डर्स होते हैं या बॉडी में कुछ चेंजेस आते हैं. अगर नॉर्मल लेवल से हार्मोन कम सिक्रीट हो रहा है, दैट इज़ नोन एज हाइपोसिक्रीशन, जिसकी वजह से हार्मोनल एक्टिविटी डिक्रीज हो जाती है. और अगर नॉर्मल लेवल से वो ज़्यादा सिक्रीट हो रहा है, दैट इज़ नोन एज हाइपरसिक्रीशन, दैट इज़ लीडिंग टू द इंक्रीज्ड एक्टिविटी ऑफ हार्मोन्स. सो there is hyposecretion, of hormone, that means less secretion, and this less secretion is decreasing hormonal activity. Or there can be hypersecretion also. That means there is more secretion and this is increasing the hormonal activity, and most of the time both of these conditions are leading to various disorders. So we are going to discuss these disorders in detail. These are some of the characteristics of hormones. Now we will understand the chemical nature, the different chemical natures of hormones depending upon their origin. So we are going to discuss types of hormones. Based on their chemical nature. The first one are amino acid derivatives. Simply those hormones which are derived from amino acids. We are having different examples of hormones which are derived from different amino acids. Some of the common examples are epinephrine, and non-epinephrine, which are derived from the amino acid tyrosine. Another example is melatonin and serotonin, which are derived from tryptophan. So these are the amino acids from which these hormones are derived. The second category is polypeptide derivatives and peptide derivatives. Or you can say polypeptide these are derived from peptide chains. Now some of the hormones that are released by hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is going to release ADH, antidiuretic hormone, and oxytocin. These are released by hypothalamus and stored in the posterior pituitary. So these are peptide derivatives. Other than this, insulin, glucagon, these are also peptide derivatives, and insulin, glucagon. Some more examples are thyrocalcitonin, parathyroid. So these are some of the hormones which are derived from peptides. The next category is iodothyronins. These are iodothyronins, simply which are having iodine, and simple example is thyroxine, that is secreted by thyroid gland. And the last one are steroids. Most of the sex hormones are steroid derivatives. These are simply androgens, cortisol, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. So depending upon the chemical nature of hormones, we are having 4 types of hormones with different chemical nature. So this is something about hormone, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about each and every endocrine gland with hormones secreted by these endocrine glands and different disorders that are related with the hypo or hyper secretion of these hormones. So this is the introductory part, and next time we are going to start with our glands that are present in our endocrine system.